There is one financial action that unlocks every other financial goal. Not investing, not budgeting, not paying off debt. One specific thing that, when it exists, changes the entire mathematics of your financial life. And today we are finally dedicating an entire video to it, the emergency fund. And I know what you are thinking. You know you should have one. You have probably tried to build one, maybe several times. You saved some money and then something came up and it disappeared. And you started again. And the same thing happened. And after enough cycles of that, you started to wonder if people like you can actually maintain an emergency fund, or if it is something that only works for people who already have enough money to not need one. I have heard this from more people than I can count, and I want to tell you something directly. The reason your emergency fund kept getting wiped out is not because you lack discipline. It is because you were building it the wrong way, with the wrong target, in the wrong account, without the specific sequence that makes it stick. Today, I am going to give you the exact 60-day system, the target, the account, the weekly actions, the way to find the money without earning more, and the thing that changes in your financial life the moment it is complete. 60 days from today, you can have a fully funded emergency fund, the last video in this foundation series, and the most important one. Let us build it. Let us start with why the emergency fund is not just one financial goal among many, but the specific action that makes all other financial goals sustainable. In every previous video on this channel, we have encountered the emergency fund as a supporting concept. And in every case, its role was the same. Without it, every other financial goal is fragile. With it, every other financial goal becomes structurally stable. Here is the exact mechanism. When you have no emergency fund and an unexpected expense arrives, the money for that expense comes from one of three places. It comes from your investment contribution, which gets paused. It comes from your savings, which gets depleted. Or it comes from credit card debt, which compounds at 20 to 30%. In all three cases, your financial progress either pauses or reverses. And because unexpected expenses arrive on average every 3 to 4 months for most households, the result without an emergency fund is a financial life that never builds momentum. Every time you start gaining ground, something happens and you lose it. The emergency fund ends this cycle permanently. It is the defensive layer that allows every other financial action to run uninterrupted. Now let us talk about how much you actually need, because this is where most people get the first thing wrong. The standard advice is 3 to 6 months of expenses, and that is the correct long-term target. But for someone starting from zero, that target is so large it becomes paralyzing. 3 months of expenses for a typical household is between $5,000 and $12,000. Looking at that number from zero can make the entire goal feel impossible. And when a goal feels impossible, people do not start. The right way to think about the emergency fund target is in 3 stages. Stage 1 is $1,000, not 3 months of expenses. $1,000. This is the psychological and mathematical threshold where the account stops feeling like nothing and starts feeling like something real. $1,000 covers the most common emergency expenses: a car repair, a medical copay, an appliance failure, without requiring a credit card. It is not a complete emergency fund, but it is a functional buffer that breaks the cycle of every setback becoming debt. Stage 2 is 1 month of essential expenses. Essential expenses only. Not your full lifestyle spend. Essential means rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, minimum debt payments, and transportation. For most households, this number lands between $1,500 and $3,000. At 1 month of essential expenses, your emergency fund can absorb a job loss or major income disruption for 30 days while you respond. Stage 3 is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. This is the fully funded emergency fund, the number that provides genuine financial security and allows you to take career risks, leave a bad job, handle any medical situation, or weather any economic disruption without financial catastrophe. 3 months if you have stable salaried employment. 6 months if you are self-employed, a freelancer, or in a volatile industry. Now, let us talk about the account, because this is the second thing most people get wrong. The emergency fund must not live in your main checking account. If your emergency fund is in your main checking account, it is not an emergency fund. It is just a slightly higher balance that will be spent on things that feel urgent but are not actual emergencies. The psychological proximity of accessible money is the enemy of maintaining an emergency fund. When the money is one tap away, it gets spent on quasi-emergencies. The emergency fund must live in a high-yield savings account at a separate bank from your main checking. Separate bank. Not just a separate account at the same bank, a different institution entirely. The friction of logging into a different app, transferring to your main account, and waiting for the transfer to clear is enough friction to prevent impulsive spending while still being accessible within 24 to 48 hours for genuine emergencies. In 2025 and 2026, high-yield savings accounts are paying between 4 and 5% annual interest. Your emergency fund earns 4 to 5% sitting there doing nothing. A standard savings account at a major bank pays approximately 0.5%. The difference on a $5,000 emergency fund is $225 per year for choosing a different bank. Now let us build the 60-day system. The 60-day system has 3 phases of 20 days each. Days 1 through 20 is the foundation phase. Your only goal is to open the high-yield savings account at a separate bank and make your first 2 deposits. Day 1, open the account. Opening a high-yield savings account online takes between 5 and 15 minutes. You need your ID, your social security number, and your existing bank account information. Do it today. Not after this video tomorrow. Today, your first deposit should be whatever you can transfer right now without causing any financial hardship. $10, $50, whatever is genuinely available. The amount of the first deposit is completely irrelevant. What matters is that the account is open and has something in it. Because once money is in a separate account that requires friction to access, it starts functioning as an emergency fund from day 1 regardless of the balance. Your second deposit should arrive from your next paycheck. Set up an automatic transfer the day after your next payday for whatever you have identified as your Phase 1 contribution. The automatic transfer is scheduled before the paycheck arrives and before you have any opportunity to redirect that money elsewhere. Days 21 through 40 is the momentum phase. In this phase, you have completed 2 to 3 automatic contributions. The account has a real balance. The habit is beginning to form. In the momentum phase, you do one specific thing in addition to maintaining your automatic contribution. You conduct the emergency fund audit. You look at every expense from the previous 30 days, and you identify every dollar that was spent on something that does not meet this test. Would my daily life be materially worse next week if this purchase had not happened? Every dollar that fails that test is a dollar available for the emergency fund without changing your income. You take the total of those identified dollars and you increase your automatic contribution by that amount for the remaining days of the 60-day timeline. Not permanently necessarily, just for the sprint to complete the emergency fund. Days 41 through 60 is the completion phase. In this phase, the account is approaching its target. Automatic contributions are running. The momentum phase audit has freed additional money, and the psychological reward of watching the account approach a meaningful number is providing behavioral fuel that willpower alone could not sustain in the early days. In the completion phase, you make one additional move if needed. You look for one-time income opportunities, not a second job, not a major life change. One time, selling items you own that you no longer use. A single additional shift at work if available. A freelance task within your existing skills. Cash in on any redeemable rewards points. The goal is to close the remaining gap to stage 1, $1,000, by the end of day 60. Now let us talk about finding the money, because this is the question most people have when they look at an empty account and a savings target and cannot see how to bridge the gap with their current income. The money for the emergency fund does not come from earning more. It comes from temporarily redirecting what you already earn. There are 4 specific places to look. Place 1. Subscriptions and recurring charges you have forgotten about. The average American household pays for between 12 and 17 subscription services. Many are used rarely or not at all. A single 30-minute audit of your bank statements will reveal every recurring charge. Cancel any that do not pass the test for 60 days. Just 60 days. The average household finds between $40 and $120 per month from this audit alone. Place 2. Food spending reduction. Not elimination. Reduction. Cooking 2 additional meals per week at home instead of ordering out saves on average between $60 and $100 per month. This is not a permanent lifestyle change. It is a 60-day focused allocation. Place 3. The one-item rule. For 60 days, every discretionary purchase above $25 gets a 24-hour waiting period before execution. Research consistently shows that between 40 and 60% of discretionary purchases feel unnecessary after a 24-hour delay. Place 4. Found money, tax refunds, annual bonuses, birthday money, cashback rewards. Any one-time income that arrives during the 60-day period goes entirely to the emergency fund. Now let me address what happens when setbacks hit the 60-day timeline. Because they will. Something will happen during your 60-day building period that will tempt you to use the fund you are building to cover it. The rule for the 60-day building period is this. The fund is not yet an emergency fund. It is a construction project. You do not use a building that is still under construction. If a genuine unexpected expense arrives during the 60-day period, you handle it through your existing means and you continue the 60-day contribution schedule uninterrupted. The expense slows your timeline slightly. It does not restart it. The only exception is a genuine significant emergency that cannot be handled by any other means. In that case, you draw from what has been built, you handle the emergency, and you recommit to the 60-day schedule the next day. The key is recommit the next day. Not at some vague future point when things settle down. The next day. Now let me tell you what actually changes when the emergency fund is complete. The financial changes are these. Your investment contributions never get interrupted by an unexpected expense again. Your credit card balance stops growing from emergencies. Your credit score continues improving uninterrupted. Your insurance premiums continue dropping. Your relationship with high-interest debt changes because you stop creating new high-interest debt from emergencies. The psychological change is harder to describe, but more important than the financial one. People who complete their emergency fund consistently describe a reduction in background financial anxiety that they did not fully realize they were carrying until it was gone. The low-level hum of financial worry that accompanies every purchase decision, every bill arrival, every month end when the account is low, it reduces significantly or disappears entirely when you know that you can handle a $2,000 surprise without catastrophe. The emergency fund is not just a financial tool. It is a quality of life intervention with documented effects that go well beyond the balance in the account. This is the 10th video in this foundation series. If you have watched all 10 of these videos, you now have a more complete financial education than the vast majority of adults in any country in the world. You understand how taxes work, how banks profit from you, how compound interest builds wealth, what net worth is, how credit cards work, what inflation does, the mechanics of wealth, the 10 mistakes, the 3-year plan, and now the foundation that makes all of it possible. That knowledge is only valuable if it changes what you do. Starting today, with one action, open the high-yield savings account, set up the automatic contribution from your next paycheck, and begin the 60-day system. Not next month, not when things settle down. Today, subscribe and share this channel with someone who is still navigating their financial life without this foundation. Because the gap between knowing this and not knowing it over 20, 30, 40 years of financial decisions is not small. Thank you for being here for all 10 of these videos. Now go build it. See you on the other side.